Call this meeting of the Franklin Fire Merit Commission to order. This is a regular monthly meeting. We'll start with our roll call. To my left,
Ralph Spiker.
Kathy Stoles,
Joe Kelly.
Mike Kyle.
and we have one member vacancy, and the other member is not here. So our first agenda item, let me backtrack and also say present is Fire Chief Josh Snyder, and we have a guest in the audience as well.
Legal counsel.
Pardon?
I said myself.
Oh,
Yes, I heard him say.
okay.
Yeah. And Mike Kyle, if you didn't hear him, our attorney. So after roll call, then we have approval of minutes from our April 14th meeting. These were emailed to us by Mr. Kyle. Has everyone had a chance to review them?
I make a motion that we accept them as written.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes as written. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. And no opposition, so the minutes are approved. I've already signed them, and Joe, if you would also add your signature. Okay, we have one agenda item for this meeting, and that is under old business to do a follow-up on our hiring process. As we've discussed at the last few meetings, that we need to open our application process for firefighters because we have exhausted the list of people who had qualified under the process from 2024. So we are reopening a process, and that has the public notice for that has ended as of today, tomorrow, no, 3 o'clock today, yes. So we have now, I hope, an update from the chief.
We had 35 applicants. I have turned those packets over to Mike. Of those 35 applicants, 4 ran the last process. So I don't feel that with only having 4 that we need to worry about the test questions.
Okay.
So,
We should probably just not talk about that openly until we get to the executive session briefly.
Okay. So 35 applicants, if that hits my memory right, that's about what we had a year ago? 38
thought we
maybe?
had 38 or 40,
Okay.
but only 34 showed up for testing because we took 32. So there was 2, one didn't meet the 70 percentile passing grade, and the other one, he met it, but he was 33.
Okay,
So yes, we're about right on numbers.
okay. And you say 4 had previously applied? Okay.
And of those, they reached out to me, and I advised them to apply again because they're on our current list. If they did not get all the qualifications they needed by February 12th of 2026, and we had a new list started this year, that would possibly keep them a year out of applying again. So,
Okay, so our list that he's referring to is for 2 years, and for that 2-year process, the applicants are ranked in order based on their accumulated test for both a written exam, which has to be a 70% or higher pass rate, and the oral examination. They also have to pass an assessment through the state PERF, and there's one other thing, what is it?
well, I mean, they have to pass their physical
If-
of the CPAT.
So, yes, so there's a physical, a psychological assessment in addition to the written and oral interview. And so the applicants are ranked in order. They are offered positions in the order of their rank, but at the time that they are hired, they have to have met our internal requirements as well, which includes being firefighter 1 and 2 class and being an EMT. So we will are starting this process again, as I mentioned. And is there anything else that you have to report? Mike, do you?
We still, I think, are trying to determine where we will hold the interviews, correct?
No, we'll either hold them, and the applicants that I took their packet from and gave them the sheet that told them what time the testing was, because in our last process, people were like, I don't remember seeing, I thought I would get a notice of, so we handed them the part of the packet that they got back to them and highlighted when the test was. So there's, but
So the written will be at the firehouse?
no, the written will be at Beeson Hall.
Okay.
And then the verbal?
Will either be at the rec center in multiple rooms or possibly the new senior center. So,
When
But-
is testing?
The written
testing is May,
is scheduled for May 31st.
yes, the end of the month.
Center will not be ready.
But
We could possibly be in there before it's opened.
Okay.
So Chip and I are figuring it out, so.
But that's just the written test. So after,
The oral interview would
Oral
be.
interview
Yeah,
will be-
which is in June. That's where we'll either do it at the rec center in multiple rooms, like they'll have a prep room, and then the waiting room, a prep room, and then the interview room.
Okay.
So,
And we've done it there before, correct?
no, we've never,
Not
we've
the
always used the
interviewing.
law
Yeah.
office, which we don't have access to anymore,
We did it one time.
because
at
Mike
a
didn't want to buy it.
Station by the highway.
Okay.
so the oral interviews are scheduled for Saturday, June 28th.
Yes, so we have almost a month
Yeah.
in between them, Joe, to get everything locked down.
Very good.
Okay. Is there anything else to report about the hiring process?
And Joe, we also, I mean, Mike, just so you're aware, everybody that qualifies for the interview will be contacted after their test that you've moved on to the interview. So there's not, like, they will get an email and a snail mail letter that, so that way there's two forms of communication that, hey, this is your interview time, this is where the interview will be, so.
Okay.
Okay, as I've noted at previous meeting, I'm unavailable to do the testing interview on June 28th. So that, I think we had 3 possible people and for that. So we'll need to get that nailed down at our June meeting. So,
Yeah.
okay. Under new business, we have nothing listed. Is anybody aware of new business or other business?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning the meeting at this time signify with aye.
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 Aye. Meeting is officially adjourned.
Now, do we go to an executive